Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. I hope you're doing amazing. We're going to begin by pulling an overall energy for the day, if I could even say it, an overall energy for the day from the Good Tarot, and then we'll see where we go from there. To begin for Tuesday. Ooh, the Ace of Fire and the Eight of Fire. They want me to take both, one on either side of the reading. I do feel like it's a fast-paced day. I do feel like you're thinking about how to better utilize your time, is what I'm getting. A lot of communication. Okay, preparation once again for the future. This keeps coming up in these daily reads. I do feel like there's thoughts of focus on lighting if you look at the imagery. Animals may be a source of communication from spirit. I do feel like you're doing a lot of speaking potentially, but it's a day where you kind of feel like being busy, all right? Even if that ends up being slow paced, taking my time, at least for the most part, or in general, kind of busy for you. But for some, it will be fast paced. But I do feel like there's an ability to juggle, to decipher, to do what's right for you and balance things out. It feels like you're managing a lot throughout this day, even if it doesn't seem that way to others. I feel like you have a lot going on in your mind, in your awareness, in when it comes to communication from spirit, from other people potentially, what you're informing people of. I'm being drawn to a very small detail on this card. It's very much so a bird, or the silhouette of one. And I do feel like it's a time for you to get ready to fly towards more. However that's going to look for you. I'm getting with this fan here that you're looking good throughout the day and potentially a need to keep your body temperature regulated. Regardless of which way that goes for you, it could be both. But I do feel like you're being reminded that you're protected with the Four of Air at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to turn that around though, so that I don't read any more of them. But I do feel as if things are going to be busier for you moving forward, but you're going to handle it better than you used to, all right? Or once would have. But the Ace of Fire, it feels like there's a rediscovering of your passion for what you're moving towards, all right? Or what you just decided you want, however that looks for you. And I do feel like there's a kind of a hermit vibe coming from this lantern here. Is that what it is? Well, that's how I'm taking it. Yeah, it has a candle in it. I do feel as if you are very to yourself throughout this day, potentially very much up in your head, focused on what you want to accomplish, on what you decide that you should be getting done at this point and moving forward. Head in the game is what I'm hearing. And before I began the reading, I did hear the message and I wasn't sure if I should mention it. It was, we'll look at you. We'll look at you. Going back to that fan, looking good and just doing things to the best of your ability and feeling good about it. And really feeling as if one, if not multiple goals that you have your, they're saying your eyes and your heart set on, really feeling as if that's doable, okay? And that might be a newfound realization or way of viewing it, coming to be, if you will. But for some, this is a continuation of which, and I just feel like there's a lot of reasons throughout this day to be proud of yourself. Beautiful. Let's continue and pull, okay, an oracle. No, I'm going to pull some Light Seers Tarot. I kind of feel like there's a bit of a relaxing vibe throughout the day in certain ways, but then you're busy. Does that make sense? Again, going back to you being able to get a lot done, but not feeling ultra stressed about it. I'll get it done when I'm meant to or when I have to. For the rest of the day, interesting. The Fool card, the Page of Pentacles, there's an investment or a new job, something of the sort. Money is on your mind, to say the very least. Spirit saying you're doing a better job at managing things in general, but your money as a whole. Why is that? Is it because you are Is it because you are taking a financial goal more seriously? Now, going back to the Eight of Fire, I feel like given the amount of slip ups I've had in this reading thus far, you will slip up throughout this day as you're speaking a lot, as you're getting a lot accomplished. You might even feel a clumsy moment come to be for one, if not multiple reasons. And this might push you to slow it down. It might push you to just kind of embrace the negatives or the imperfections. You might even find that that's preparation in one way, shape, or form. And I kind of know how that's going to come to be for me, but the Fool card. Now, these two might tie into each other, be a pairing message, if you will, where this leap of faith, this Fool card jump for you, if you will, change in the right direction, step in the right direction, is wrapped up with your money. Could be completely different. These could be completely separate for you individually. But there's thoughts of freedom. There's thoughts of how free you can be moving forward and will choose to be at a certain point, accomplish. But how that does come with other restrictions, other limitations, responsibilities even for some. But there's a need to fall back into how this day is meant to unravel and just flow with it, okay? And that's gonna leave you a lot lighter in the process of which, and a lot happier. I feel as if a lot of which have a lot more to accomplish in the upcoming days, but there's just so much that you get to accomplish and feel good about by the end of this Tuesday, throughout the specific day, all right? So I do feel as if calming vibes are taking a highlight as well. Things like coloring, all right? A lot of blues and light greens and soothing yellows. Okay, interesting. But also when it comes to nature and, what you're choosing to wrap yourself up with as far as content. And even when it comes to other people's energy, all right? If somebody has energy, gives off energy that isn't soothing, it isn't comforting, it's not going to be a day to wrap yourself up with them. Just understand that, because with all you have going on and all that you're mulling over, thinking about, hoping for, excited for even, you're going to need a multitude of several levels of comforting vibes, okay? The Empress card, because I do feel as if you're thinking about giving birth to something new. I do feel as if your motherly or fatherly, just caring nature, your nurturing nature is coming into play. When you water something, I'm getting, it comes to life and or grows, prospers, moves in the right direction. It feels like you are very hands-on throughout this day, and that feels good. A sense of you also slightly looking back, reflecting, or even looking around you, I want to say. I'm specifically getting when you say you cleaned your housing situation recently, or your desk at work or something of the sort, and you take a moment to admire that, and it pushes you to recognize that your efforts are working in your favor at this time, and that even is giving you comforting, soothing, put together, controlled kind of vibes. Does that make sense? But I do feel like in other ways you could be thinking about how your past efforts are paying off, and it just keeps you motivated or brings it on back. There's a sense of you remotivating yourself at one, if not multiple points throughout this day. You may just want to do more than you can to an extent, but in a sense, again, flow with the realistic way this day is meant to proceed. You're not an Energizer bunny, okay? And I feel like that as well as a reminder for your future. But as well, these being put together, the Magician, the Moon card, and the Page of Swords, because I feel like you're learning more about the mystery of your future is what I'm getting. The mystery of why something didn't work out for a lot, however that looks for you, whatever kind of situation that was. And I do feel as if Spirit's saying that this was really, really purposeful, all right? It just reminds me about how certain moves of residence just didn't work out for me, right? Or just didn't end up lasting as long as I expected or wanted. But it was purposeful. And I just feel like you're being reminded you always end up wrapping yourself up with who and what you're meant to, when you're meant to, period. All right. Trusting that your path is transforming, evolving, developing in exactly the way it's meant to, and will more so moving forward. All right. I'm hearing you have a lot ahead for you. Okay. A lot ahead for you. Sorry, I didn't even show these, but I just also feel like there is a potential for certain ideas to be popped into your mind by spirit at certain points. And this feels illuminating, it feels invigorating, and it just might even feel a little bit overwhelming at certain points. But this communication will feel purposeful. All right. It's like, it also feels like a lot of witch hunters, the reading like myself, have a better connection with the spiritual realm than you once did. And Spirit's saying that this will help you moving forward, and you'll understand at a certain point throughout this day, or you might already, how that's going to look for you. And I feel like that'll help you succeed in certain ways on different levels as you decide to shift in the right direction for you and make certain situations last and work. Okay. But it just feels like you're thinking about the possibilities, and how even though the mystery does lie ahead for you, even though you don't have all the answers, all the puzzle pieces, the full picture of what lies ahead, it feels like it's a day where there's hope in your mind, in your heart, your soul, and Spirit saying that will get you far. Okay. That will push you to keep the efforts going, to keep the ball rolling, and to see whatever you desire come to be and progress and prosper for you as you should. All right. And I feel like it's a day where you're even learning more about how you're meant to change moving forward. And people are seeing you as a very mysterious, likable person. But it's a day where you're meant to remember you're going far in this life. All right. It's meant to be a day of powerful communication, a lot getting done, once again, very productive, but a day of true passion and preparation all the meanwhile. All right. So I hope this was truly helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light. Definitely go enjoy your Tuesday, and I'll definitely see you next time.